Alright, so we made our drop first thing this morning. Our next load was supposed to be 24 foot of scaffolding that weighs 5,000 pounds going to St. Louis, Missouri. This load pays $650 or $750. I can't quite remember. I'd have to look again. But it's a lot smaller load than what we anticipated. So we have a little over 18 feet left on the deck. So I have dispatch right now looking for something to fill this up so we can make a little bit more money. I think this load is about $1.50 a mile. And when I talk to you about miles, it's going to be deadhead and loaded miles, because there's no point not counting your deadhead because you still have to drive it. So this is pretty much it. Pretty simple. Had I known it was going to only be this small, I would have probably moved my tarps and had them slide it all the way up so that we could fit something even more in the back. But not much to it. Didn't require tarping. Simple 5-minute strap down. Just took them forever to get it on the trailer. We got there at like 8:30. I don't think they got us loaded till like 11:30. So it ate up a lot of our work time. We'll actually run out of work time today before we run out of drive time. So that's pretty much it. If they throw something else on us, I'll see if I can't film that and show you how we strapped it down. But we'll see you in a bit. So we're sitting in LaGrange, Illinois, getting ready to get loaded. We told this company we hired onto over 2 weeks ago that we wanted this weekend off. Right now it's Friday, what is today, the 8th?
Yeah. It's
the 8th. I told this company we wanted Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. This Friday, this Saturday, this Sunday off. They asked me about 3-4 days ago if I would be willing to go to Reno for $6,000. I said yes, of course. Never heard anything from the load. And I figured they asked me that because they knew I was supposed to have this weekend off. Well, never heard anything of it, and they just keep putting loads on top of me, and I didn't think of anything, I didn't think anything of it because I thought they were getting us closer to that Reno job. Come to find out, my dispatcher took yesterday off, so after we dropped our load yesterday at 10:30 in the morning, we're sitting around, I'm texting my dispatcher, all right, we're unloaded, where are we going, what's up? She gets back to us at about 2 o'clock. She's like, oh, I'm not working today. So I texted another dispatcher, and I was like, I guess she's not working today. So she said, all right, I'll start looking for something. I was like, well, just a reminder, we were supposed to be home this weekend. And she's like, well, I didn't know that. It's like, yeah, I sent in the email because they want you to email the HR department to get the days off that you want. So I emailed them, figuring they knew that we wanted these days off, because now we've been gone for 3 weeks at this point. Or actually, this upcoming Tuesday will be 3 weeks. So we sat in the truck stop from 10:30 till I think they finally called me at about 5:30. and said the only load we can find going back towards your way is only going to pay $1 a mile. So of course I'm trying to keep my cool here, because I'm kind of pissed off that we gave them the heads up that they asked for, and now we have to work for less money because they screwed up. So we had to shoot up from, where were we at?
We were somewhere in Illinois, but the point is, it's 4 hours.
It was 4.5 hour deadhead, which when I talk about miles, $1 a mile, I always include the deadhead because it's part of it. It was 4.5 hours from that truck stop to this point that we are now. And then it's gonna be 15 and a half hours from here to get home. Now, like I said, we were supposed to have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. We have about 6 hours worth of driving today left on us. And then we'll have 11 tomorrow. So if we run into any problems at all, we might not even make it home tomorrow. We'll make it home Sunday. The load that we're picking up now is going to a place called Fitzgerald, Georgia. It's about an hour and 45 minutes from my house, and it'll have to be dropped Monday morning. So basically, if we make it in tomorrow, it's going to be late Saturday night. If we don't, it's going to be early Sunday morning. Then I have to run this over Monday and then start being routed again. They wanted to route me again on Monday. I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because then I don't get any time off. So I told them to start looking for me for a load Tuesday. So now our 3 days off that we wanted, because we've been gone for 3 weeks, is now maybe a day. You know, I wanted to wash the truck, vacuum it out, restock up on supplies, check the trailer out, stuff like that while we're home, spend some time with my kids. And now that's all been basically taken away from us because the company dropped the ball. So I don't know what to think about this. I just want to tell you guys the good and the bad of everything. So we're at a little rinky-dink yard right here. I don't even know how they load people. It's going to be ridiculous getting out of here. They're going to try to load me where I'm sitting right now, and then I'm going to have to back into traffic. And if it wasn't for Lita, that's Lita, by the way. I don't know if I ever introduced you.
I don't know.
If it wasn't for her being on the truck, going back there and stopping traffic or telling me when I can go, I couldn't get out of here. So, add insult to injury, this job right here is a kick in the nuts. Alright guys, that's the load. It's supposed to weigh like 1,500 pounds. So I've doubled up the blankets on these corners to protect my tarps. And then we stuck blankets underneath of the ratchet straps so that we don't mess up their paint. It was just painted. And then these corners, we got like 2 or 3 blankets on these corners because they got these big sharp edges. I don't want them to screw up our tarps. So we'll cinch these things down, throw some tarps on it, hit the road. Alright, so this is what we ended up with. We were about 3 feet short of just using one tarp. As you can see, our first tarp comes somewhere in here. So I had to use a second tarp, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So we just kind of rolled up the extra there to keep from having to walk down the trailer and slip and fall pulling that tarp, because it had ice in it and it was a mess. But that's it. Nothing fancy. Probably catch flack about this back here. I haven't posted any videos of any loads yet. I'm about a month behind on videos at this point. And so if I'm doing this wrong and you guys have said something, I don't know yet. So that's it. Let's go to Georgia. All right, guys, I just want to touch base with you as we come into South Georgia for our first break after being on the road for the first time. And no, I won't tell you where I live. I don't want you sending me your dirty underwear. But anyway, so last I left off, so we told this company we wanted the weekend off. And we kind of got screwed on our last load coming home because they didn't know that we wanted off. So we stopped north of Tennessee this morning to fuel up, and I pull up to the pump and I stick the card in, and the card says to see cashier. I'm like, all right. So I go on there and I ask her, I'm like, because we download this app. This app tells us what gas stations are or fuel stations our card works at, and we know where it works. Well, this is one of them. So I walked in, I'm like, you guys accept this card, right? She's like, yeah, it just doesn't work at the pump. You just have to hit the pay inside and then pump and then come in here and we'll swipe the card. I'm like, okay. So go out there, fill it up. I think it was like $200 in fuel, and go in there to pay. The card declined. Said something about insufficient funds or something like that. So I take a picture of it and I send it to my boss. It's 5:30 in the morning at the time that we're pumping, and obviously he ain't awake. So we end up using our own debit card, which we end up paying for the fuel anyways. It just comes out of our check. Send him a picture of, she printed out a piece of paper saying why it was declined. Well, he ends up texting us back at about 8 o'clock this morning and said was looking into it. Well, something about I pulled up to like a low sulfur pump or something, and my card wasn't authorized for low sulfur or something like that. Anyways, he said he got it fixed, and he's going to pay 20 cents per gallon that we got for being an inconvenience on us. So that was cool. So I ended up texting him about what's going on with this load, and about not getting the days off that we want, and how we had to take, because this load's like $1 a mile. I ended up telling him about it, and he said not to worry about it. He's going to take care of us, that there's no reason that we should ever have to worry about losing money due to the company messing up. So that's awesome. That's going to make my few days home here a whole lot better. So today is Saturday. It is 2:16 in the afternoon. I have to drop the load that we have right now Monday morning,
take exit 18,
and then they're going to start looking for me for a load on Tuesday.
Then take the
So I'm not sure
right.
exactly how many days we're going to have off. Lita here is going to stay home for this time. I have 2 kids. She doesn't have any kids, but I have 2 kids. We have 2 dogs, chickens, and a pig, and she's just going to stay home and kind of straighten up around the house and do everything that we would normally need to get done around the house. Run around, pay bills, stuff like that. So
to Georgia 133.
it'll be
then
me.
take the
And I'm
first
probably
right.
going to bring one of my dogs with me next time we go out, or next time I go out, and we'll see how that happens. So we'll see y'all after our break.